And we're live, but I could hear some music. Now it's gone. Yes, welcome everyone. It feels good to be back on LinkedIn Live or YouTube Live, or actually to be live after 3 years of absence now. So welcome. We would like to present you our new venture, IntroQuest. To be honest, this is a try, so we decided to just try it with our team and to try if everything works out, because we really want to make a regular format from that. I'm talking in English because I have my teammate with me, Francesco. Hey, good to have you.
Hi, Carsten.
And he's our head of product. He developed IntroQuest all by himself, which is pretty cool. And we would like to present IntroQuest to you to make you understand how this works and what it is and how we got the idea. And I would like to ask you first, Francesco, do you remember when we talked first about an IntroQuest-like idea when we founded the No Venture Studio like 2 years ago?
Yeah, when we founded the Noventure Studio, there was always something in the air, and that was about networking. It was first an internal project that we started developing with our internal networks, and it was everything very basic and very internal. Nothing that would require the intervention of external users or a platform that we were really envisioning for the public. And after being involved in other projects, the end of last year, we started looking for other ideas. And at the end of January, we started then really putting down the first founding blocks of this IntroQuest venture. And here we are presenting it to the bigger public in this talk, and we're already live, at least with a small number of users since mid-March. So it was quite a quick turnaround, but the networking idea was always it's always there, more or less.
Yes, and I also, I also know and realized when talking to our ventures where the real challenges are, and especially in these times where the economy is a little bit has cooled down for sure. Everyone is looking for sales guys. They spend an enormous amount of money in sales and in call centers and all that. But actually, when you get to ask them what's really efficient in sales and what really converts, then it's most of the time the answer is well, warm introductions from someone I know, and existing relationships, and so on. So in fact, sales is all about people, and it's all about finding the right answers to the problems that people have out there. And this is only possible through introductions and through warm intros, or it's easier through that. And so this was the point, I think, when we decided, okay, let's make a business from that. Let's help others to connect to the right people, and that was the idea of IntroQuest. And yeah, you're right when you said we had the idea, like the idea for IntroQuest as it now exists, end of December or beginning of January of this year. I would like to talk to you a little bit about the process. We didn't start right away building it. What did we do, and how did we do it in the beginning in January?
Well, the very first step was a bit having our ideas be clearer. It was a first moment of brainstorming. We put on the table how to take all this kind of need that we identified, and there were several ideas. And what came to be IntroQuest was then analyzed a bit better what could be the requirements of such a platform, and how we could really come out with a platform in a short time so that we could validate our idea, but not doing it just with a very small landing page and try to just get some subscriptions. We wanted to go a bit the extra mile this time and try something that we didn't try up to now. So to just dedicate short of like 1 month to put together a very first MVP, as a super alpha version done internally in no code, and I try to come up with the features that could be part of this MVP, and then doing the internal testing, doing some onboarding some beta testers that gave us the early feedback. So yeah, it was a process that we wanted to speed up as much as possible, but at the same time not have something very basic just as a landing page. But we wanted to go out with something that the users could already really use and see what could bring to them as a value.
Correct. Not to forget, in the very beginning in January, the questionnaires that like the interviews that we had with our target group, because yeah, I mean, having traveled together for quite some time in different projects, we haven't always had the time to validate so much, and so we put a lot of effort towards validation, which really pays out now, as I feel, because also from the interviews, we had first valuable input for you, Francesco, to build the first product, the alpha version that we have live, and also the decision to really have a very small MVP that has all the basic features, is quite a good decision. Let's jump into the product and just have a quick look into the product. Here we see it. I just want to quickly show it because I'm proud to have it in place and to have so many quests live. We have our one of our first customers was the Fraunhofer Ventures, or Fraunhofer Ahead program. So we have a lot of scientists there who ask for some market entry, which is interesting. But we also have amazing entrepreneurs like Tobias York with I Like Visuals, with his communication agency. We have the RP Immobilienbewertung asking for portfolio managers at fund companies that own a lot of real estate. We have people here at Helio who ask for intros for parents of children with asthma. So it's a huge range, and we think that everyone who is super connector might know someone to make a good intro. And that's the idea. So you see a lot of people, a lot of nice faces who are trustworthy, who you can connect with, and you might be able to help them with their business, to validate their business, to find new clients, to just support them with what they need. For example, I'm also online on IntroQuest, of course, with my own quest. I'm looking for CEOs in small and medium enterprises in the target group B2B. I have a video here where I explain a little bit more. And yeah, then you can jump to the intro list and make intros for me. And yeah, for every intro, the super connector gets remunerated, gets paid some money, or the super connector can even decide to give this money for charity. So that's the two options there. But we see here a very basic product, which is super simple, but it's super impactful, and it has created a lot of impact within the last 4 months. We've been openly live for a month now, for 4 weeks, which is short time, but already more than, I think this morning I looked it up, more than 100 intro suggestions have been made so far, which is a lot, and 30 of them became real warm intros. That's pretty cool. And jumping back to our discussion, I also have to jump back. Yeah, so now I see you again. I would like to ask you, building such a product, having such a companion like me, always asking for features, but at the same time having a short time. What's the worst thing, or what's the biggest challenge in all of that?
Well, let's say that in my day-to-day life at work, I am kind of used to wear all kinds of hats. I am officially head of operations and product. But internally, I also usually take care of IT and all sorts of things. So let's say that it's not new to me that I receive requests from left and right about something that doesn't work or something that has to be improved. So let's say by now I'm kind of used to deal with this. In this case was a bit special because for this project I was not only the product manager that I could have done in another project, but I was also developing it by myself, having to take decisions on the tech stack of the app, having to take decisions on the architecture of the database, or a bit of the interface. I was luckily also helped out by our colleague Yasmin on this. So let's say that this time was really having in my hands so many different things, and I'm still currently doing it, that I usually don't for one single project. So especially the development, as I said, this is the first time that I really go into developing something from scratch. Luckily, it was all in no code, so I do not have to be a coder myself, but just knowing incredible tools that are available nowadays, like Xano for backend and database, and WeWeb for front end, plus all other automations done in A10, for example. So I put into all these tools, also without having a deep technology background. I was able to put together a working product that is still in its very early stage, but it's already working. As also Carsten said, is producing results, and I'm pretty proud of it. And it's still retaining everything in my hands will maybe not be the best in the long term. But for the moment, yes, I received still feature requests from cast and all the bug reports from Anastasia. There's another colleague of ours that is testing every day all the features. So yeah, let's say that is bringing pride and a lot of a lot of busy moments.
You can be proud of that. I really love using IntroQuest. I would like to ask everyone listening to sign up for IntroQuest, either as a company or as a super connector. And there might be, yes, Francesco has prepared the QR code. Yes, there we go. So you can scan it and you can actually become a member and help us get better. So I would really like you to give us feedback. And if anything goes wrong and you think anything is bad or anything could be better, just text us, and we're super happy about feedback. But we would like, as a last thing, to tell you how are we going to continue with IntroQuest. And as we said in the beginning, we just started with that in January, so it's been quite a short time until the go live, and we're still in the validation. But I can already tell that the validation phase is almost over. And we've seen that a lot of people are interested and a lot of business is going on. We've had best practices or good news the last 2 weeks. One time we had some super connector who connected a lot of people to one person from the Fraunhofer head team. And the other one was a collaboration of 2 people of 2 companies launching a product together at OMR Festival this week. So there have been successful stories or success stories going on through IntroQuest, and a lot of other intros being made. But I haven't followed up yet to see if anything or what happened to them, because once the intros are made, we're out. Yeah, we're pretty happy how everything's going, and we will continue with that. That's for sure. Maybe at last, we can shortly sum up the model on how everything works for those who've just joined us. IntroQuest is the platform for warm intros, where a lot of super connectors meet a lot of companies who are searching for some warm intros to special people. So, for example, if I'm a company, I would ask for, let's say, my target group are head of marketings in B2B software businesses. So I would publish a quest, and that's a short video, like 30 seconds to 1 minute. And I would explain who I am, what I do, and why I need these intros. And the super connectors on the other side will watch this video, and will hopefully say, okay, he's quite sympathetic. I would like to introduce him to a friend of mine who's exactly this target group. And then the super connector writes an email, or at first suggests this intro, and I, as a company, will say, yes, please make the intro. And then he writes an intro email. And this warm intro email is, in fact, super efficient, because most people will respond, and then it's a warm lead, which is pretty good. So from both sides, from the side of the company, you will get a lot of special connections, deep connections to people that you will need. And as a super connector, you can help cool businesses to meet the right people. Amen. I think that's all I have to say for the business model in a
Well
nutshell.
said.
Yeah, good. Thanks. And yeah, and I think that's for today, that's it. Thanks for joining me, Francesco. I will be happy to make
My pleasure.
I'll be happy to make a regular event from that, to share the best intros, the best warm intros, and starting next week we can do that. Thanks everyone for watching us trying for the first time to go live again after a long time of absence. It's been a pleasure, and see you next week. Thank you and goodbye.
Bye bye.